Hey, what's going on, family? Sam Silk here, man, for University Hospitals. And let me tell you something, they are doing a wonderful job in our community with so many great programs. And opening up, coming up on September the 12th, UH Community Wellness Center at Glenville is going to offer a wide range of programs and services tailored to meet the specific needs of the community. And here today to talk and share this great information, we have Rashida Larkin here, who's a manager, strategist with the Office of Community Impact, Diversity, Inclusion at University Hospitals. How are you?
I am doing good, Sam. I'm happy to be here. How are you?
I'm blessed, man. We are blessed, man. And again, you guys are doing wonderful things in our community, man. Really reaching out and giving information and having resources. And we kind of want to talk today about if you could tell us about specifically today Glenville and describe the needs and the access to health care in the Glenville neighborhood.
Absolutely. First, I love Glenville. I'm not a tarbletter, so I don't want anyone to come after me about that. But I love the community of Glenville because of the history. It has such a rich history within the city of Cleveland, and such beautiful people in a beautiful neighborhood. So when we think about the places that University Hospitals has invested in, of course, we have our main campus that's in the University Circle, like group of
Mhm.
neighborhoods. But we're also looking at a lot of our place-based investments. And what I mean by that, Sam, are the places outside of CMC, because our
Mhm.
main campus is big. It can be intimidating for folks,
Mhm.
whether you're trying to navigate the medical part of it or literally physically navigating if you're navigationally challenged like myself. So we have these other places in the community, whether it's now over at Glenville, whether it's the Otis Moss Center that's over in Fairfax, whether it's the Rainbow Ahuja Center for Women and Children that's in Midtown, or even our new collaboration with the Cleveland Foundation, which is also in Midtown,
Wonderful.
is really important to invest in these communities that once again has this rich history, but also this rich, beautiful history. I think we talk
Mhm.
about the bad things so much, but it's so many assets in these
Yeah.
communities. But also, we know that these communities have also been devastated by things like redlining and discrimination. So, how can we help to build up the community and let the community know we welcome you here? Like, we want you here and we built this specifically for you.
Yes. And so, what made UH decide to open a center like this in Glenville? You kind of you answered some of that, but if you could dive a little bit more into that, please.
Yeah. So, Glenville, like many of our neighborhoods that's majority Black, is a community that has been divested in. And what I
Wonderful.
mean by that, because I know we use a lot of lingo, like
Mhm.
professional lingo, we have seen like white flight happen for these communities. And it's not so much that white people have left the community, it's more or less like the investment of the community. So, like businesses being taken away, foreclosed homes, empty lots. So when you look at a place like Glenville where this has happened, but also Glenville is on the come up. Like you have Glen
Yeah.
Village, you have all of these beautiful homes that are being restored. You have great schools in the area. So it only made sense for UH to build there. In addition to not only to build there because it's a great community, but also we know that there are so many health disparities in
Yeah.
Glenville specifically. So when we think of chronic disease rates, and that's basically like heart disease or diabetes, or even obesity and how that impacts chronic disease. And not in a way that comes across very inauthentic. I think as Black folks, a lot of us don't believe in a BMI scale. I don't either. But also was like, how can you get healthy enough and really live within your means of what is well-being and what is wellness to you, and
Mhm.
how can we help the community get there? Like,
Yeah.
what can UH do in regards to prevention services, education, fitness opportunities? Like, what can we do to
Right.
help people
Right.
get to where they want to be and their vision of health, not us telling them what health is?
Right. You do this, you do that, and to make it more, to make it comfortable, to make it where you can have this conversation. Especially on being preventative. And some of these services, they'll be able to come in and be able to get their blood pressure checked. What are some of those services you guys will be providing? Checkups or.
Yeah, so it is very community heavy and not as clinically heavy, and I'll try to
Okay.
explain that. So when you look compared to our Otis Moss Center, our Otis Moss Center has been holding down a community for over 2 decades now, in connection with Olivet Church, which is of course
Mhm.
a historical institution
Sure.
as well. Yeah, it's a great place. Um,
Right.
so that place, which is less than a mile and a half away from the Glenville Wellness Center, that is purely clinical care, where
Okay.
they have, primary care physicians. Shout out to Dr. Carla Harwell. She has been holding it down as the face of Otis Moss. But then you also have other specialists that are consistently there too. So you can get your
Mhm.
primary care and your specialist care there and not have to deal with the big campus of CMC. Versus over at Glenville, here are some of the services that we're providing. One of them is a community health worker. And some people might say, like, what is a community health worker, a community health worker team? What we know to be true is that, yes, healthcare is a huge part of your life and well-being. But what I can tell you, and any healthcare professional would tell you, is going to your annual checkup is only a
Mhm.
small percentage of like how that impacts your actual health. What really matters is where you live. Do you have like stable and affordable housing? Are you
Mhm.
living in a home or an apartment home that is comfortable for you, that is safe, that is cleanly, all of those things, right? Because that impacts your health. Also, like your insurance. Do you have insurance? Do you work? Do you not work, but have insurance anyway so that you do have access to health care?
Yeah.
Surprisingly, internet access. A lot of people are now talking about the digital divide, but basically, not only do you have access to information, but do you have access to not being socially isolated too?
Yeah.
So that, but also, can we connect you to things that you may need, like food, like utilities, like childcare, like finding a new
You
job,
guys are
a
really
pathways job?
bringing some
Yeah,
great resources, man. This
all
is
of that,
great.
because that matters. You cannot go, and I'm not promoting this, but
Mhm.
you cannot go to your doctor's appointment, your annual, if nothing is significantly wrong with you, but you have all of those things in order.
Yeah.
You have the opportunity to live a healthy life. Versus if you don't have all of that stuff in
Mhm.
order, it's very hard for you. It's an easy decision. Am I
Yeah.
going to decide what I'm going to eat today? I'm going to find something to eat today, or am I going to go to my doctor's appointment? You're going to
Yeah.
find something to eat
Yeah.
today. So if all of those things are taken care of,
Yeah.
then you can go to the doctor.
Yeah. That's
So a community health worker team will be there to help people with resources. We will also have our Food for Life center there. And Food for Life is, think of it as a food pantry, but specifically helping folks who have chronic disease. So if you have diabetes or high blood pressure or heart disease in general, when you go to a food pantry, they might just be giving you pasta or whatever it is that can help.
right. Just something off. Just
Exactly,
right.
like
I
just
understand
giving you
exactly where you're going.
something to put in your
Right.
pantry or your refrigerator. You come to Food for Life, you're actually referred by your doctor, but at Glenville, a community member can come in too. So you don't have to be
Okay.
referred through the UH system. And we take your chronic disease into account. There's a registered dietitian there who helps you pick out foods or pick foods for you with you, that makes sense,
Mhm.
so that not only you have something to eat in your home, but also that these foods are good for your health, right? And we're all about cultural competence. So if you don't like eggplant, we're not just gonna give you an eggplant. Like
Right.
if
Eat
you
it
normally
anyway.
eat,
Yeah.
right, you'll find a way to cook it. Like
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, I cook a pot of collard greens in my house every week. Like
Yeah.
hands down, it's one of my favorite things, and
I
also
love
fried
greens.
cabbage. So
I made some turnips. I made some turnips and mustard on Monday.
I made some collard greens, and then I went up to, I don't even know if I can say it on this show, but I went to a place on Mayfield
Uh,
Road in South Euclid and picked up some fish from there too.
oh,
It's
I
perfect.
think I know what you might be talking about.
It's like I got the sides, I just need a
Right,
meat,
right.
right?
Yeah. And
But
so, yeah.
so we have the Food for Life, the community health worker, and then we'll also have educational classes there too, and services. So
Yes.
like, for example, Sam, if you just got out the hospital, or you went to the ER for your chronic disease problem or whatever. And then they refer you to Glenville, like come here for educational classes, cooking classes, but also maybe there'll be a pharmacist there on hand, because a lot of people go back into the hospital because they're not taking their medication because they don't understand it. It's a whirlwind. You're in the hospital, you're scared, you don't know what you should be doing, and having people there that can help you through that. And then also telehealth services too.
So let me get this right. So you're going to show me, not just tell me what I should do, but show me how to prepare my food as well. We can be able to get you with me.
With you.
Wow. That's really dope. And now let's talk about where we say in Glenville, but exactly where will you guys be located? Again, this opens up on September the 12th, guys.
It does. So it's the closest intersection is 105th and Superior, but the actual address is 10527 Orville. And you can look outside of our doors at that wellness center, and you can look right across the street to Glen Village. So if you come there maybe on a day where the farmers market is open in Glenville, like you'll be able to see all of the community activity in our space. In addition to, remember, this Wellness Center is the first floor of an apartment building, of a new apartment project that we went into partnership with NRP. So they have 42 units there that is specifically for people that live in Glenville that's looking for affordable, safe housing.
And you guys teamed up, partnered up, and here it is. You can get the help, and they get the resources. They can, a wonderful place to live. And let's kind of talk about when it comes to being preventative. You don't want to wait until something happens, but let's kind of talk about the plan. I know you guys have all the things set up. If God forbid that is, but you all also have it set up where, hey Sam, this is something you can do to prevent this. Hey Jackie, this is something you can do to prevent that.
Yeah, what I see in the community now is that we're moving from disease management to prevention, and from prevention to well-being. So it's not abnormal for us to see Black folks that are going to mental health group, outings, or it's not abnormal to see us out line dancing for our health, So we're seeing these things that are happening, I believe, that's bubbling up from a grassroots level. That we've been having a conversation. We've watched family members die of preventable diseases. Yeah. We've watched people get sick, and especially with everything that happened with COVID, like we see the impact of that. We feel the biggest impact is always Black folks. Like they kept saying during COVID, like, when America catches a cold, Black people catch the flu. And it's really true. Right. Like we get the brunt of that. So what I'm enjoying is being in these conversations with internal stakeholders here at UH, but also going out and talking to the community and asking them, what do you want to see? What would be beneficial to you? How can we not just partner with internal UH people? How do we partner with community chefs? How do we partner with community people who do the fitness part of it and the education part of it to make sure that it's relevant? So when we think about prevention, I want us to also think about well-being and think about what it looks like for ourselves individually, for us to really dream up what our perfect, not just body looks like, but our perfect mind, body, and spirit looks like, and what would fit our lifestyles.
When you're out in the community and you go in every day, and with all that has been added that UH is offering, how does it make you feel to be part of this process, part of prevention, part of healing, part of mental health?
It is something that I'm honored to do every single day. The thing that attracted me to university hospitals as a system is because they really are the hometown team. And we say that internally all the time. Cleveland in itself is a healthcare town. And I would say, as somebody who had partners and have experience at all types of healthcare organizations, it is a city where you can get great care, but we also know that it's a city where you can get lost in the cracks too and not get great care. And once again, I know a lot of Black people, people that look like me, that's from my family. Like, I haven't just read the research. I've been a part of the
Right.
families and even
Right.
my own personal experience where I have experienced these like terrible things. So to me, it is an honor and it's a privilege every day to walk through these doors and really have my community on my back and think, what can I do that would benefit not only me and my family, but my neighbors and the neighborhoods that I grew up in or that my cousins grew up in? Like, how can I make sure that we're providing equitable experiences for everyone, but also making sure that they're very targeted. Like, once again, I want you to know that this is for you, is for people in Cleveland that, you know, want to live healthy lives here.
Yeah. And so I live in Glenville. You guys are here now. So do I need an appointment? Can I just walk in?
You could just walk in.
Oh wow.
Yep. So you can just walk in. And I know that since we're new, I believe that our hours and our times will be evolving. So as the community gets to know us and as the needs increase, we'll probably see some changes there. But we are definitely open to walk-ins. We're right in the first floor of the Davis, which is the new apartment building complex in Glenville. So yeah, I hope that the community feels safe and trusts us to come and visit. You don't even have to take a part of the services. If you just want to be nosy because you live in a community, because I know I am. When something's built in my community, I'm walking in.
Right.
So walk in and just come visit us, get to know me and the other folks that will be in the center and that will work there.
Yeah. Rashida, what's the address again?
It's 10527 Orville Road, right in the Glenville community. Nearest intersection, 105 is Superior.
All right. And we're getting ready for September the 12th, guys. UH Community Wellness Center at Glenville. Come on out, man. This is for you. And I want you to take part of it. Share this video with your family, your prevention. So guys, yeah, don't wait till some hurt. You can take care of this right now. And there's so many resources for you. Again, UH, what a wonderful job. And
Thank you. It's been a fun time. Thank you so much, Sam.
all right, guys. Have a great day. Be blessed.